We were so concerned about what was happening in Maui that we were texting back and forth. And
We were so worried about the thing was occurring in Maui that we were messaging to and fro. And I read this article that Cart Parton had given cash locally, and Hollywood wise Dwayne. The Stone Johnson has attacked news tycoon Oprah Winfrey, hinting her expected contribution in the new decimating Maui fierce blaze. Last Thursday, Oprah and Dwayne, the Stone Johnson, sent off individuals' asset of Maui, requesting that individuals give the cash to help those impacted by the unfortunate fierce blazes. They began the mission with 10 million bucks, yet wow. This is the sort of fellow that, assuming I was all the while doing the show, we would call him consistently to be a specialist regarding each matter. We've been meeting with local area pioneers our Capuno for the recent weeks. And in a stunning new development, apparently Dwayne the Stone Johnson, once a believed accomplice to Oprah Winfrey, is purportedly limiting any association with the news big shot in the midst of developing discussion, encompassing their joint endeavor individual's asset of Maui. And I might have conveyed that message significantly better. What I ought to have said was, okay folks, we got a group's asset of Maui. All of us are tragic, crushed large number of dollars. Here I'm giving Oprah and Dwayne had united, determined to make a fabulous gift to the casualties of the Maui shoot. We have made individuals' asset of Maui that will put cash straightforwardly in the possession of individuals who need it right now anyway. A few spectators couldn't resist the opportunity to contemplate whether their apparently liberal demonstration was in actuality an unpretentious approach to constraining those with unassuming wages into adding to their objective others. Even ventured to guarantee that the gift reserve was only a trick made to fill cash into these elites' financial balances. $552 exchange charge. If you have any desire to give $10,000, they maintain that you should cover their financial expenses. So how did the Stone respond to this reaction? Dwayne Johnson, as of late graced the Pat McAfee show with his presence, a live transmission exuding from the school game day occasion in Grandstone, Colorado. The reason for his appearance was to dig into the complexities of his cooperative endeavor with the celebrated Oprah Winfrey, suitably named individual's asset of Maui. In a way that would sound natural to him, Johnson shed light on the commencement and the respectable mission behind this undertaking. We should assemble this tomfoolery. How about we make an asset where the cash will go straightforwardly into their hands right presently, a thing individuals need this asset. He made sense of plan to give direct monetary help to the people who had experienced vast misfortunes in the overwhelming Maui, rapidly spreading fires, the desperation of the circumstance, and the critical requirement for guaranteed help provoked Johnson to contribute a significant sum from his privately invested money. Johnson additionally contacted and upon the unmistakable part of individual's asset of Maui, underscoring how it wandered from conventional magnanimous models. We've changed the game with this individual's asset of Maui on the grounds that never before has the asset been made you eliminate the administrative noise. The cash is not going through 15 distinct associations. It goes straightforwardly to individuals. They'll begin getting their cash 1 week from now, which is marvelous. The development here was the end of regulatory hindrances that regularly frustrate the quick dispersion of assets in magnanimous drives. This immediate methodology guaranteed a fast sending of monetary guide to those in critical needs, starting inside the week anyway. Johnson didn't exclusively zero in on the good parts of his beneficent undertaking, he perceived, and transparently tended to the analysis that had emerged concerning his limited time endeavors. For individuals' asset of Maui, he recognized his blunder talking sincerely on the Pat McAfee show. However, at that point, some analysis came in. And I must enlighten you concerning the analysis. I thoroughly get it, and I totally comprehend. And you realize that cash is not developing on trees. Many individuals out there residing check to check. And I get it, I've been there. I've had $7. We've all been there, particularly back in school. And I get why it made certain individuals upset his modesty, and appeal radiated through as he conceded that he had now and again battled monetarily. Very much like numerous others, Johnson exhibited compassion for the individuals who scrutinized the methodology taken in advancing the asset in a striking presentation of responsibility. And the eagerness to gain from his stumbles, Johnson framed how he ought to have imparted the drive diversely. I might have conveyed that message much better. What I ought to have said was, okay, folks, we got a group's asset of Maui. All of us are shattered, crushed. Huge number of dollars here I'm giving that will go straightforwardly into individuals' hands. I value all the adoration, all the help, and every one of the requests keep it coming yet again toward the day's end. I absolutely get it was my responsibility, and I'll be better next time. His words mirrored a pledge to development and a comprehension that compelling openness mission was of the utmost importance to exploring delicate issues, especially while managing the feelings and worries of the public. Johnson finished up by communicating his appreciation for the trustworthiness and frankness of his allies and pundits. The same, this is what I love about you all. Assuming you love something, you let your kid know. If you disdain it, you let your kid. And that is no they doing so. I thoroughly get it. In the meantime, Oprah likewise answered the analysis in her most memorable remarks, tending to the kickback encompassing individuals' asset. Oprah Winfrey wound up at the focal point of a tempest of contention. She conceded that at first she accepted the significant $10 million total she and Dwayne "the Stone" Johnson had focused on. The reason would be adequate in the most natural-sounding way for her. She compared such a liberal gift at a pledge drive to a decent night that normally carries an occasion to a fruitful close reflecting upon the violent repercussions. Winfrey uncovered her underlying fervor and ensuing shock. When she awakened to a storm of analysis, she got serious about her experience during an appearance on CBS Mornings, communicating her bewilderment at the poison she had experienced web-based. As would be natural for her, she portrayed feeling threatened and denounced a glaring difference to her typically unflappable public picture. This is a truly extraordinary point about being more joyful amidst a surge of being threatened and criticized internet. Based in a thoughtful second during the Tuesday episode, Oprah dug further into the individual effect of the backfire. She considered the chance of not genuinely knowing herself in spite of her stupendous accomplishments in the realm of media and generosity. Oprah utilized on the possibility that she is the expert of her own fate and the chief of her own spirit, underlining how the invasion of analysis could bring one down. She alluded to the reaction as assaults, falsehoods, and paranoid fears, featuring the colossal cost it had taken on her all through the CBS Mornings episode. Oprah communicated her lament that the ruckus her activities had in her discernment moved the concentrate away from the genuine central issue. Individuals of Maui who were in desperate need lies paranoid ideas truly removed the concentration from what was overwhelmingly significant, and that was individuals of Maui. She stressed that she had been effectively elaborate on the ground, specifically circulating generators and towels to those impacted by the fiasco. This obligation to active help was her approach to having a substantial effect. Strangely, during a similar meeting, Oprah revealed the impetus that had started the thought for the Maui store. She referenced that the child of Gail Lord, her long-lasting companion and a host on the show, had sent her an article about Cartparton's Gatlinburg Reserve. This apparently guiltless motion had lighted the motivation for the Maui store, showing the way that thoughts for humanitarian drives can begin from startling sources. Amidst the debate important to few fans and pundits, the same have begun to see a differentiation between Dwayne "the Stone" Johnson's reaction to the backfire and Oprah Winfrey's response. While Johnson straightforwardly recognized his missteps and showed a certified feeling of responsibility, Oprah's reaction, some contend, has been touched with a demeanor of self-exploitation dissimilar to Dwayne, who seemed, by all accounts, to be truly contrite for his activities. Oprah's remarks on feeling threatened and denounced And the reference to being the expert of her own confidence and commander of her spirit have driven some to scrutinize her truthfulness bans, had claimed that Dwayne the Stone Johnson and Oprah Winfrey had coordinated their commitments towards their own organization, as opposed to straightforwardly helping the survivors of the Maui discharge in Hawaii. They believe that you should cover their financial expenses so VIPs get around here and ask for cash we're not even certain how they will manage it. And they maintain that we should pay their financial expense, notwithstanding at first reporting the foundation of an asset. With their own assets, Dwayne the Stone Johnson had requested gifts from General Society to help those impacted by the overwhelming Maui shoot. All while leading an on-location review of the affected region, it was quite important that the underlying $5 million contributed by both Dwayne Johnson and Oprah Winfrey had been the seed cash for the